Okay, well, welcome back. We're still in 2.8. We were talking about proportions and similar figures. Okay, we're going to switch over and start talking about scale models and scale drawings. Okay, the first thing we need to talk about is scale drawings, what the definition is. It's a drawing that is similar to the actual object. For example, we use maps and blueprints. So, we don't write on paper the actual size of the building, but we'll just make measurements. So 1 inch is equal to this. A map, there might be 1 inch is 100 miles. We can't actually put the actual distance. We have to use scale drawings. Okay, the scale is kind of what I was just saying. It's the ratio that describes the model to the actual figure. Okay, so NASCAR uses it a lot with NASCARs. They have little figurines, and they say they're like 16:1. That means every 16 centimeters is whatever the measurement may be. We have maps which say, again, 1 inch is 100 miles, so we use them in that way. A scale model is a three-dimensional object similar to that of the actual object. So a scale model would actually be like to construct that object. So maybe a building you actually make out of toothpicks, things like that. Okay, so example 3 here, we're talking about 1 inch represents 12 miles on a map. If the distance between two buildings is 4 inches on the map, what is the actual distance? Again, we're doing everything proportional. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to compare the map to the actual. Okay, the map to the actual size. Well, that's how we're going to compare it. So let's take the knowns. They told us 1 inch on the map is 12 miles. Okay, so that would be the actual distance is 12 miles. So really that's like our scale. Okay, so we want to know if they're 4 inches apart, what is the actual distance? So that's where we use the proportions. So we say 1 to 12. Well, how many inches on the map? It was 4 inches on the map compared to the actual distance. So we might use D for distance. Okay, and we don't really need our units here, so I'm going to erase that. Not for right now. And again, we're back in the proportion. So what do? That's right, we cross product. Okay, if we haven't drilled this enough, we'll keep doing it. We have 1D. Oops, that's in red. Okay, let's put that in black. I'm using that. And that's equal to 12 times 4, which is 48. So the distance on the map is 48, which means that we went 48 miles. Okay, so we do need, again, units on that. Okay, don't lose points because you didn't put units. And again, you can actually work that out by plugging in 48 and simplifying. Okay, example 4. We have a model of a new campus building is 5 inches tall. If 1 inch represents 8.5 feet, how tall will the building be? So we're actually looking at a model. Okay, somebody built a model, so here would be like the structure. Maybe there's a clock tower there. Okay, yeah, there's our building. Okay, they said the model was 5 inches tall. So from here down, it was only 5 inches. But what they're saying is that one of those inches is going to represent 8.5 actual feet. So again, we want to do that. So we say the model or the map is 1 inch for every 8.5. Now we have decimals and a fraction. Right now that's fine. Okay, we don't really want to leave an answer that way, but for this, that's fine. So we want to know what is 5 inches on that model in the actual distance. So we'll call that B for building. And then again, what do? Cross products. Yay! Okay, we're going to do the cross products. So we get 1B equals 8.5 times 5, which comes out to be 42.5. And again, that means that it's going to be 42.5 feet tall. And again, we need units because it was in feet. Okay? So it's fairly simple. You just have to set it up. But again, make sure that you understand this is the map distance compared to the actual. Map distance compared to the actual. So the map should be across here, the actual should be across here. Never want them going counter from each other. Okay, So once you establish the models here or the maps here, we need to put the other model or map information over here. Okay, if you're unsure about that, make sure you ask questions tomorrow in class. Okay, so that's really it for this part of the video. Again, just talking scale drawings.